warning that's in place right now. All right. Okay, so not tossing to Brett. Is that correct? Okay, cool. Sorry, coordinating with producers. We do have field crews on the ground out there that are in the path of some of these storms and keeping us updated with what we're tracking. But I want to focus in on a severe thunderstorm warning. Right now, heavy rain, also hail along I-10. This is an active severe thunderstorm warning in place for Columbus, for Sealy. Not only that, severe thunderstorm warning are we tracking with a threat for large damaging hail. So far, we have the possibility of hail as large as 1.5 inches in diameter. So keep that in mind. This storm is pushing eastward. That means if you are located in Sealy, if you're heading home or if you're home already and you're along I-10 anywhere east of Columbus, you're going to possibly run into some hail. So what I want you guys to do, put your vehicles under some type of cover. If you have a garage, put your vehicles in the garage. Try to cover them as best as you can because we're likely going to see some damaging hail out there. Here's the big picture of what we're tracking. We've had some strong storms move in from an upper level to west of us. That's activated these strong storms. So all afternoon long, we've been monitoring them develop around the Austin area, around central Texas. Then they continue to push eastward. So the strongest storms we're tracking around Columbus, now moving east. Schulenburg, also some strong storms out there. That system, or that isolated cell, is severe warned also. In the downtown Houston area, we have some light rain that's now beginning to push in. So I know it's been quiet so far throughout today. A lot of us were wondering, where is the rain? Why hasn't it arrived yet? And we were forecasting the threat for some strong to severe storms to pop up this evening. We had plenty of clear blue skies out there this afternoon, so that's why the potential for these storms to be severe is a good threat because of the fact that we have so much daytime heating, lots of energy in the atmosphere to allow these storms to build on the strong side. So again, if you're tuning in, lots of active weather moving in just west of downtown Houston. That's pushing east. We're already seeing some light rain move into the Houston area. Pop-up isolated storms around the Crossroads region, Cuero. These are non-severe, but they do have the possibility to blossom and just continue to build in with the energy that's out there in the atmosphere. The atmosphere is quite unstable, which is why we're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. So it does include most of our eastern counties, from Washington down to Matagorda County. It does not officially include Harris County, but that does not mean we're not going to see some severe storms out there. It just means the greatest threat is going to be west of us. So that watch is in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. The Storm Prediction Center, they have issued an enhanced risk for severe storms southwest of Houston. So this is for them the greatest concern. So far, we've seen the strongest storms and the slight risk for severe weather. So that's just a reminder. Remember, this is a forecast and it could change. This is what we were, models were hinting earlier, that the strongest of the storms were going to be southwest of us. But so far, we've actually seen the strongest of the storms along this yellow line, which is a slight risk for some severe weather. Needless to say, most of southeast Texas has the possibility of seeing these storms begin to pop up. So do we have some? Okay, cool. So yeah, we were trying to get in touch with one of our reporters, Brett Buffington. He's out in the field right now. He's actually, let me pop up the storm that he's just west of, I believe. It's the one that's pushing through Columbus on the way to Sealy. It is severe warned. So let's get Brett on the phone.
Okay, and welcome to the middle of the storm we've been talking about for most of the afternoon, or at least for the last hour or so, that it was moving into our area just to the west of Sealy. Let me show you what it looks like in front of the weather tracker right now. You can see the wind just whipping across the road. We actually were out a few minutes ago in front of this storm and kind of were waiting and got caught as it passed over us. So now we're trying to catch back up to the leading edge. The wind here is intense. This is a storm that is warned with hail up to 1 inch in diameter, according to the radar, and wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So this is a strong, severe thunderstorm here, moving through the area just to the west of Sealy. We were on Breckendorf Road, if you're familiar with this area, out I-10. Where we were watching this, and you could see there was indication of rotation there in the low-lying wall cloud as it moved forward. It was an impressive sight. I just put the pictures on my Twitter. There's a lot of cloud to ground lightning. That's why we got back in the car, and now we're catching back up with the front of this storm, the wall, if you will. Incredible outflow as the storm approached us. You can feel that cool wind coming down, and now the intense rain is just behind us. And as you're looking here, we're looking back to the east. That line you see about halfway through your screen, that is the front, the leading edge of this storm. But again, an intense, severe thunderstorm now moving into the Sealy area. We're tracking this back towards Houston now. But again, a storm, as you said, is warned with hail and intense winds up to 60 miles an hour. And I can tell you, we stopped just a moment ago and you could feel the intensity of this storm, Erica.
Can you hear me okay?
Brett, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sorry.
Cool. Have you
I can hear you. Yes,
seen
sorry.
any hail at the moment?
Have you seen any hail?
No hail, a lot of wind, and I was talking about the rotation there in the wall, the shelf, as it made its way over where we were stopped. No hail, and the hail core looks to be back to our west a little bit, northwest on the radar from where we are. And again, we're headed back in towards the Sealy area, trying to get back in front of the storm, so we don't get caught in the
Yeah,
the
good
worst
idea,
part of
Brett.
it.
Go get into the safe area. So Brett's going to continue to travel west to make sure he doesn't get caught in the middle of the storm. But hey, thanks, Brett. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. So I'm going to hang up the phone with you, but thanks for your report. So here's that rotation that Brett was talking about. So I put it on velocity here. So velocity shows us winds going towards and away from the radar. And the reason why we look at winds, because if we see this green shaded color here very close to red, so we see greens and reds attached together, and that shows that winds are going towards the radar and winds are going away from the radar, and you can see it kind of light up here. So this is the area where we do possibly have some rotation. So just because we don't have an active tornado warning does not mean that we can't see some rotation. Severe thunderstorm warning could very well still pick up some rotation with it. So let's check in with the National Weather Service here. I also monitor a chat that they mentioned here. Looks like there hasn't been any talks about the weak rotation that we're tracking on there right now, but I'll make sure to keep tabs with that. As far as what we're experiencing, though, the possibility for some large severe hail in this storm. So I want to really, keep you guys weather aware. If you live along I-10, that's going to be, as of right now, our main concern. Also, if you live along 90, that's going to be a huge problem. Also, all these storms are pushing eastward, and they're just going to continue to dump heavy rain. They're going to continue to bring in the hail that we've been talking about, and also bring in some strong gusty winds. So what I'm going to do is take off lightning, kind of take off everything to show you where we're seeing the worst of the hail at this moment. So this is an afternoon where we really want to make sure that you guys are prepared for possibly the worst, which would be damaging hail. We were mentioning that this is going to be our greatest threat for today. I put on hail tracker as of right now. This is our strongest hail that we're experiencing. So what I'm going to zoom in at this moment in that area, looks like just northwest of Hallettsville. All right, so that deep red shaded color, what we're doing is I'm putting on radar estimated how large this hail could possibly be in this hail core. Guys, this is impressive. 3-inch size in diameter. That's softball sized hail that's possible in this area. So that's just northwest of Whitting. If you're located in Whitting, again, the storm is moving eastward. Guys, this hail could be impressive, damaging. You really want to make sure that your vehicles are in the garage, your vehicles are covered if you possibly can. And looks like that storm, if I put it on the last 2-hour track here, let's see how that storm's moving and the progression of it. It's moving, I would say, east-southeast. So Hallettsville may be in the path of that storm, Sheridan also, but take a look at all the hail that's been popping up along I-10 also. That's going to be something that we could keep a very close eye on. So I'm going to pop up radar again, kind of paint the bigger picture for you guys. Several active severe thunderstorm warnings. This is already panning out to be quite the busy afternoon. So let's see, I'm going to pull up any questions. So as of right now, I have our Facebook Live feed going. Everything okay? Okay, cool. Oh, yes, this is your phone. Thank you. Let me know. So my IFB is off, but let me know if Brett wants to chat again or if he can chat. Okay, so I have the Facebook live feed going to answer any questions for you guys, if you guys have any questions. So far, I have comments from Johnny saying Dickinson's, no issues there as of right now. It's hot in Pearland, Marissa saying, so the heat has been our main concern if you're tuning in from Pearland right now. So the heat is what's fueling all these storms, and that's why we're in the mid of the prime time for afternoon severe thunderstorms to pop up. So it was quiet throughout the day. It was sunny. It was beautiful. But guys, all the sunshine and the clear skies, that just destabilized our atmosphere. What that did is acted as fuel to the atmosphere, creates a lot of energy within it, and allows these afternoon thunderstorms with an upper level lifting mechanism. So we have a trough low pressure in the upper levels of our atmosphere, and that just lifts all the moisture, which it was humid outside, and that's what's creating those pop-up severe thunderstorms. It is a mess out there as of right now. So Pearland, do not be surprised if you guys run into some of these strong to severe storms. I would say in the next maybe 30 minutes to an hour or so. All right, trying to see if there's any questions. All right, Danielle has some good advice. I really prefer for my neighbors not to put out their trash cans out until tomorrow. Let the roads clear till it's actual trash day. Good tip there. I hadn't thought about that quite just yet. Let's see. Folks are asking about Sugarland, so I'm going to zoom in. I think I can bring this a little closer in. That might be a little bit more convenient for you guys. I'm going to bring this closer in. Folks are asking about Sugarland. So this is the severe storm that we're monitoring right now. This orange polygon, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. And the reason why it's shaped like that is because this is the core of the storm, but they warned this whole area because the storm is moving quickly to the east, and it's moving at about 35 miles an hour. So it's a quick mover. It's going to dump heavy rain, the potential for large hail embedded within this storm, and obviously lots of lightning also. Sugarland is just outside of that warned storm, but I think in the next 15-20 minutes or so, Richmond and Sugarland are going to be in that. You guys are in the path of that storm. Let's put on a storm tracker and try to pinpoint the timing for this for you guys. So I am wrapping the tracker right around there. All right, so we're timing what time the storm is likely to approach your area if you live in these spots. So right now, moving through Eagle Lake. If you're tuning in through Eagle Lake, you're on the south end of that storm, the core of it pushing through I-10 right now. So folks in the path of this storm, Brookshire. In the next, let's see, what time is it? 5:52. Let's say in the next 20 minutes or so, it's going to be entering into your area. Sugarland. Folks that are asking about Sugarland, about 6:44 p.m. This is the first storm that's going to push into your area. I think it may move a little bit quicker than that, so do expect it to arrive at least by that time. Could arrive by about 6:30. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And then Houston also, downtown Houston, could clip at least the south part of Houston. I mean, it's a very elongated type of cell there, so it's very wide. All right, so wouldn't be surprised if Houston gets the northern part of that cell also. And then, oops, sorry, I shut off the tracker there. Let's check out a couple of the storms that are a little bit further south here. So what I'm going to do is move into this storm. All right, that's pushing through Hallettsville right now. So this one, so I'm going to take it off the last hour time lapse, and I'm going to fast forward it to, all right, I'm going to put resume on the time lapse here. So that storm's moving a little more south. So folks that are in the path of this storm will be Providence City, El Campo. Also, that one likely is going to cross through 59. If we put a time tracker and see exactly when that storm is likely to cross 59, that's going to enter into Wharton County. So Wharton County is one of those counties that yesterday isolated areas picked up to 15 inches of rain. They don't need any more rain. A lot of that water is still out there. So any rain we can get, which any rain we do get, just going to add insult to injury. That's going to be the case with that storm. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold up. So areas such as El Campo should arrive to your region around 6:45. Could be a little bit earlier. Again, this storm is moving very quickly. Louise, about 6:55, Bay City, 7:30, and that's if that storm holds up. But these storms are holding up at the moment. Okay, so I know a lot going on radar right now, so what I'm going to do is kind of take everything off. I'll just keep radar, delete all of these icons here, because we have lots of activity moving in. Maybe I'll keep the warnings on. So I'm going to try to go through some more questions here on your Facebook Live. Is it going to hit Missouri City? These storms are all heading east, so I think eventually Missouri City is going to have some strong to heavy rain, and they're quick movers, so it's going to be brief, heavy rainfall that pushes through with the capability of large hail that will be possible. Same story for Katie. Peggy's asking about Katie. Katie, our main issue, let's see here. Katie, here's Katie. You've already had a little bit of hail. Katie, this is your storm that you're worried about, an active severe thunderstorm warning. You're just on the kind of outskirts of it. This is the cell you want to worry about. So if you live in Katy, if you're tuning in from Katy, you guys want to put your vehicles inside. This cell has the capability of let's put on hail tracker here. So I'm putting it on now, the capability of drop-in hail. This one's a little smaller, but still quite large, of up to 1.5 inch size of hail. So anything greater than 1 inch size in diameter is considered severe size hail. So that could cause some damage. So tuning in from Katy, you're gonna want to be weather aware because of that storm headed your way. Full share also, addicts also, you're in the path. Anyone along I-10 heading into town, getting closer to Houston, west of Columbus, east of Columbus, excuse me, that's gonna be your main concern. All right, so what I'm going to do is let you guys go on the digital side, but we're about 4 minutes from our newscast that's going to start at 6 p.m. Meteorologist David Paul, he's in the studio, and he's going to toss things, or I'm going to toss things over to David Paul, so you guys can turn KHOU 11 on TV, and he's going to have the latest update on his forecast. He'll go through the hour-by-hour forecast. Lots of active weather going on this evening, so just make sure you're staying on top of the forecast. I'll continue to do Facebook Lives and digital updates throughout this evening also. On all digital platforms. Well, he'll be on the TV side, and we'll make sure we're keeping you guys safe. But again, it's going to be an active evening, severe weather-wise, so please stay weather aware. We'll chat with you guys soon.